points unless he's just going to be like, pull a Bryce Hall, be like, gotcha, I'm not really coming on.
We got him, Dave.
So he's on. So Vlad is in the waiting room. I can't believe it's happening. I think he's gonna try to be cutesy. I'm gonna try to get to real answers. We'll see how it goes. Bring him in. Vlad with the Lakers. What does that say? Lakers hat?
It says Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Actually.
Okay, Vlad. You know everybody here is watching this hates your guts, right?
That's what I hear. But look, I'm glad to be on your show, and hopefully we can get into it and answer a lot of these questions.
Okay, so let's start with the number one issue question in flip-flop that I think everybody started with. And I'll preface it like I'm a retail trader. Like I know probably as much as most of the retail guys, the ins and outs. But we wake up, I put in money on the day that you stop the trading. A lot of people did. And then we find out, basically it's chaos leading up to the first time we hear from you on CNBC. And you very clearly say it's not a liquidity issue. And then as things continue, it seems to be a liquidity issue. And I'll show you, I'm going to show you everything, I'm going to be very clear. And then you went on Congress, obviously. But I'm going to show you this clip, and this is how we do it here. Let's see. You can watch it. Let me put up the volume, because we don't have the greatest technology.
It sounds to me that here's the deal. There was a liquidity problem inside the firm. And my question about that then raises all sorts of new questions about whether there's a systemic issue underneath the system and underneath the company unto itself. No, there was no liquidity problem. And to be clear, this was done preemptively 3 days later. Basically, as a broker, as a clearing broker, you have to put up money to the NSCC. They gave us a $5 deposit, and the request was around $3 billion. And just to give context, Robinhood up until that point was raised, a little bit around $2 million in total venture capital up until now. So it's a big number. Like $3 billion is a large number.
Okay, so that's the first. To me, that seems like the clear 180. Do you not view that as a 180? And what is the real answer?
I don't, and let me explain why. I think boiling it down to a liquidity issue both oversells it and undersells it in a way simultaneously. It undersells it because this is really more of a systemic issue, right? Every broker, most brokers restricted trading in these stocks to some degree or another, ranging from increasing the margin that you had to use, increasing the margin requirements, all the way through to marking the stocks themselves position closing only. So this actually showed a deep systemic vulnerability in the financial system. It wasn't just a Robinhood unique issue. Robinhood was getting the disproportionate amount of the growth, and a lot of the activity was happening on our platform. So certainly we were a part of it. But I think just chalking it up
so
to
if you had $3 billion sitting in the bank, would you have still acted the same way?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I think it's hard for me to speculate what would have happened if we had $3 billion or $10 billion in the bank. I think liquidity.
This is like a margin issue. Essentially, for like me, it's like if you trade on margin and the stocks go down, I get called on it the next day. I have to produce money to whatever account I'm using. That's sort of what this is, right?
Well, let me tell you, if helpful, I can give you sort of like the full context of the several days leading up to what happened, right? Because it wasn't just, I mean, obviously Thursday, January 28th was when we marked the securities PCO, but this was sort of an escalating thing leading up to it, right? So the first step that a lot of brokers took a couple of days before, and Robinhood's no exception, was to actually set the margin requirement to 100%. What that means, you can't buy these stocks on margin. You have to use cash, and they have to be fully paid for. Then basically, and look, the context of this also was Robinhood was having incredible growth, and I said we were number one on the App Store. It's not. I wasn't saying that to brag. It was just the brokerage hasn't been number one on the App Store, and it's like it's real stress, right? You're growing, you're getting a lot of customers, people are moving money in. And if you remember March of 2020, which was kind of our previous large crisis.
I think it's so much talking that gets people frustrated, even when you go back and forth. If you don't get a call at 3 in the morning, do you regulate trading?
No, we did this because we had to comply with our capital requirements.
But you found that out at like 3 in the morning.
If we had a bunch more headroom, yes, we probably would have let things continue. And look,
well, if you didn't get a call that says, "Hey, we need this money from you," you wouldn't have shut off buying.
Correct. I mean, the last thing we would want to do is shut off buying. Like Robinhood.
That is a capital issue. They specifically said a liquidity issue. You need this much money. You didn't have it, so you acted. Isn't that the essence of liquidity? Like, are you afraid to say liquidity because that creates like a domino effect with the banks?
I think that liquidity issue, and I probably should be careful and call it the L word, right? The L word is a big thing in financial services. Basically, if you say liquidity issue means you can't meet your capital requirements or your deposit requirements and you're essentially dead. And that was not the case with Robinhood. We met our capital requirements, we met our deposit requirements, and we were able to
that theoretically could be a technicality, right? If you didn't change the trading of that day, you may have had a liquidity issue tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah.